Hey guys, this is Dave from Android Fan Network here, and this is the Sony Z Ultra Google Play Edition. Okay, so here we have it. We have the Sony Z Ultra Google Play Edition. Don't get this confused with the Sony Xperia Z Ultra. This is the Google Play Edition with the full pure Android and Google experience. This can be bought on the Google Play Store for $6.49. Let's pop the box open and see what we got here. Okay, as you can see, there's that big beautiful phone or tablet, that small tablet or big phone that makes phone calls and does all that fun phone stuff. So this may be too big for some and may be just perfect for others. So let's take a look at what's in the box. Okay, as you can see, there's just these typical Sony books. Okay, in the right compartment we have the micro USB cable. You can never have too many of these laying around the house. They're good to have around. And over here we have the charging block or wart. And again, you can never have too many of these laying around the house. And that's it. No earbuds, no headphones, none of that jazz. Just a cord and a block. Now to the phone. Let's turn this on. As you can see, it is, you can tell right out of the gate, it's a pure Android Google experience. Now this has a 6.4 inch tri-luminous display, 1920 by 1080 with a pixel density of 342 ppi. Spec wise, we're looking at a Qualcomm 2.2 gigahertz quad core processor, 2 gigs of RAM, the 8 megapixel shooter on the back, and on the front there is the 2 megapixel front facing camera. It weighs 212 grams, which is extremely light for a device this big. I mean, this is an absolutely monstrous device, and for it to weigh 212 grams is just mind-blowing. Let me get my Nexus 5 next to it just so you can see exactly how thin it is. Okay, you can see the Nexus 5 there on the right and the Z Ultra on the left. The Z Ultra is just amazingly thin. Just a stunning device. So let's put that back. Okay, and let's go through the motions here of looking around. As you can see, it's a typical KitKat experience. You have the white notifications here up on the top, white icons. What this doesn't have, that the Nexus 5 does have, is the Google Now screen all the way to the left. So you have to do it the old-fashioned way by swiping up below the home button, or you can go to your favorite Android forum and find a Google Edition launcher and apply it to the Z Ultra if you really like having that Google Now on the left page. Alright, let's take a quick look around the device. Okay, on the top right, as you can see, it's got the 3.5mm headphone jack, and because this is a dust and waterproof device, it has flaps covering all of the ports, and the flaps have rubber gaskets. As you can see there, keeps all the water and dust out. So here we have, on the top right of the device, we have the SIM card slot and the micro SD card slot. This phone is the 16 gigabyte version internal with obviously expandable storage via SD card. And right there in the center you can see the power button. Get the volume rocker here. On the bottom you got the speaker grill that is not all that impressive, but does get the job done. And on the other side you have pins for docks that also fit the Sony Xperia Z Ultra. So if you are switching from an Xperia Z Ultra to the Google Play Edition Z Ultra and have some accessories that fit these pins, it'll fit just fine with the Google Play Edition. And up here on the top again we have the flap with the rubber gasket again to keep that water and dust out of all of your ports. But right there you got the micro USB for charging and transferring files. Okay, and on the top here you don't have too much to see except for a little microphone there. And on the back, as you can see, it's all glass, so it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet. Maybe a good idea to get a case, just because the front and back of this device is glass. It really adds a lot of beauty to the device, but you know, there is a chance if you should drop it, the back can crack on you. So there's that 8 megapixel camera I was telling you about earlier, and as you can see there is no flash, which is kind of a bummer. This phone does take pretty decent shots in well lit areas, but in dark lit areas it's garbage. Okay, hate to be so harsh, but you know, low lit areas with this camera are no good. And if you look, you can see the little letter N there. That's the NFC. So if you do some Android beaming or NFC, you're going to want to tap it right there. You got the Sony logo there. Okay, let's flip it around. Now on the top here you got the 2.2 megapixel camera, Sony Z Ultra Google Play Edition. Let me put a couple phones next to it just to show you how big it really is. We have here the Moto X, and you can see that that Z Ultra just absolutely swallows the Moto X. The Moto X fits inside the entire display on the Z Ultra, and the Moto X is hardly a small device. It's not huge, but it's not small either. So let's bring over the Nexus 5, and again, this is a Nexus 5 is a fairly big device. It's pretty much almost a 5-inch screen, and once again you can see the Z Ultra just absolutely towers over the Nexus 5, and again the Z Ultra screen swallows the Nexus 5. Okay, and last but not least, let's bring in the 2013 Nexus 7. And these two devices are not all that different in size. Screen wise, the Nexus 7 has a thicker bezel on the sides, and the top and bottom, the chin, are a little bit thicker. If they were to be shrunken down, you could really see that these two devices are not all that different in screen size. Okay, so that's it, guys. Just a really quick unboxing and really quick look at the Sony Z Ultra Google Play Edition. This is Dave from AndroidFanNetwork.com. Be sure to follow us on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, and we'll have all of those links down in the description, and a link to the Google Play Store for this Z Ultra Google Play Edition. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.